And we're learning about the driver accused of hitting and killing two pedestrians near the Fremont Street Experience. 28-year-old Mikhail Terrell is charged with DUI resulting in death, reckless driving, and failing to stop at the scene of the crash near Fremont and 4th. According to the arrest report, a nearby EMT saw Terrell's vehicle before the crash, speeding near 4th Street and nearly hitting someone else. The EMT told police soon after that the vehicle struck two people crossing the intersection against a don't cross signal. Police say Terrell left the scene of the crash, and they later found Terrell and the vehicle at her home. The arrest report says Terrell told detectives the two pedestrians, quote, came out of nowhere and that she panicked and went home after the crash. The arrest report also says she denied drinking, but officers could smell alcohol in her breath.